Okay, it is kind of tough to see this. Um, okay. So we are on what is it? Day 28, Operation Thunderhead. And I realized clarity was the big reward of this week. I just got done with my weekly and monthly review, and honestly, this last week, so the last week of January, didn't get a lot done. Wasn't able to finish the chapter 4. I just didn't get. I only got like about 50% of my grades, of my goals done. But I think what was really cool is like looking throughout the month and taking the time to record that process and kind of just go through it and pound it out and really just launch myself into it. I saw that there's 4 specific areas that I'm working on at any one time, right? And there's like a fifth thing that I take on at the most. So I sort of have like these floating goals, right? And the idea is within 2 of them, so specifically the Girl and the Beast, and finishing Bronze Path Academy and launching my business. Uh, there's a lot of uncertainty with the Girl and the Beast. I've written, but like I'm really pushing myself. That's a point of craft for me, and it's something really hard. Um, with the business aspect, it's totally new, right? It's very I understand market research. I haven't done much market research. I understand how to gain leads. I don't know how to do it. So there's a lot of understanding, but practical experience that needs to be applied. And then, the third parts was finishing a chapter and doing this project with my writing partner and making sure that, I finish a chapter a week. And that's been actually pretty clear and solid. And then after that, we have, the reading as well with that. And then after that was like maintaining my general wellness, right? And that's been the part of the equation, the foundation that's really rocked everything else. And I realized because at the core of that was sleep, right? And I just haven't really been nailing down my sleep and realizing how much my sleep was affecting and reverberating everything else. This week I got a 65%, so I went from, what was it, 80% the week before, dropped down to 65%. And I've really been struggling. And it happened when, I wasn't locking down my sleep. So this month, I basically put a prohibition on the time I use my phone. So I have this phone that I use for my camera, and I never take this one off. But then my other phone, basically, I have 2 hours that I use it. So I have like an hour in the morning, and hour in the evening, an hour in the afternoon, an hour at night. So it's like half an hour at night. So outside of doing these vlogs or whatever, and posting something on Instagram, like I'm going to be using my phone to spit out content, but never to consume, right? And the idea is that the phone will go in my drawer or it will go away. Same with my iPad or whatever. Basically, when I'm not working. So the idea is you're either creating with technology or it's off. And obviously I'll still like keep in contact with a few people here and there, but just having those specific times that I do it in, I think that will be that'll be something to like really kind of monitor, keep track of. Specifically, I think one of the things that I'm having to go through and kind of work within myself is really just having the courage and the semblance of that okayness of being able to struggle with it, and also just I started reviewing it every day because that clarity has been really key, and I'm becoming more and more clear about what my days look like, or at least what they need to look like in order to get where I need to go, and then specifically what is getting in the way of that. And so it's just about being a problem solver and recognizing, okay, my issue is sleep. So tomorrow, actually, I'm gonna you see if I can't run through my goals, like stay through, do the things I need to, but then maybe go out to a park or something, and then just stay out. And it's going to be like snowing and really cold and kind of miserable. But the idea is, if I don't come home until late, even if I'm miserable, I need to start drinking water as well. But the idea is if I can just keep stacking these, and like it's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of pressure, and I've noticed like I've been feeling this dip in my energy, but I realize it's because like I'm expanding out and I am really being stretched, and eventually I'll come into this, and it's just like, and I saw like, oh yeah, compared to a month ago, like I've come a dramatically long way. And that was just 1 month, and there was some very huge missteps or some issues with that first month, and even still there was a tremendous amount of growth. So I'm really happy about that, and January was okay. It was very good. Um, so I saw that the biggest gift from January was clarity, clarity of process, right? At least more so than I had. Like, it's not completely clear, but I'm about, like, I feel like I'm like 80, 85, 90% of the way there. Um, so there was a lot of clarity of process. And so a lot of it is just, you know, February, I guess, is ironing out the kinks and specifically moving the chains. And then ideally, in March, April, and May, I'll be doing some very serious heavy lifting. That's when, I'll be really ramping up things with the business. Start writing the new series, books in the series. So writing is going to become a lot more consistent as well as aggressive. And this just being really stable and just kind of having a routine set. There's a part of me that's realizing like relationships are kind of a big goal or a big gap because I've been getting kind of lonely, and I think that's been kind of putting a dent in me a little bit. And I think it's Corona, it's winter time, this is a hard time sort of be feeling that way. And so there's a part of me that's I'm like, I don't want to use any like unnecessary crutches. And I know that nature pours a vacuum. And so there's a part of me that just is deciding I'm going to clear that space out of the gunk and the muck, like the social media and the just the random consumerist BS I've been doing. And then, read more and just kind of really go into my own hobbies and just really try to connect with that side of myself and really get standard and like safe there. I do feel good being by myself, so it's not like that. I just more see like, okay, like that's something that I want and that I'm ready for and that I'm cool with. And, when I see the right person, I'll do it. I told myself like, oh yeah, the next time I see a girl that I think I'm cute, I'm just be like, okay, talk to her. Just reach out and be cool and just try to develop those relationships and keep being dynamic, keep reaching out, keep being cool. And, eventually things will come to place. I'm not worried about money. I'm trying not to be worried about money because things have been working out and things have been moving well enough. I think it's just something that I, I'm going to feel a lot better once I'm actually making my own. And
Please charge.
I need to charge this. Once I'm making my own, and I'm not relying on the government or anyone else or anything else to basically be taking care of my living, and that will be a big move forward. But then the idea is specifically moving everything online and being like, I'm going to have and make money online, because I told myself at the end of this year I want to knock down all those goals, move out of the country, and I do intend to do that. And there's a lot of work to be done. There's a lot of work. And I'm hoping that, I'll be able to turn around. And people always talk about like that 10K month. And it's like, man, like I would love to be able to make $10,000 in a month, this month. And, be doing it well enough that, I have to like get an accountant and that I can start having money and then just start paying off debt. That would be my first focus, would just be rifling off debt and paying back some friends and just letting some people know what was up. And then just getting stable, right? And then once I had like a stable income or whatever, really like this time next year, I want to be in a different country, speaking a different language. But really on the top of the list is either Japan or Spain. And really just sort of moving the chains and getting to know that and really getting into those cultures and building that out. Obviously, I would have to get, a bit of my own routine down, but then just really going and getting absorbed in the cultural indoctrination of those places. Then obviously, the idea is just work on my language ability and specifically learn on connecting with people, building my brand, and just contributing more. And there's still a bit of a like a high performer anxiety because right now it does feel like, especially with writing and with everything that like there's this very frenetic pace, and I don't necessarily know because the ultimate result I'm trying to get is a stable financial foundation that's online to move into the future. And right now I'm putting a tremendous amount of work and effort to try and build that foundation. And then as I'm building that and putting that together, there's not really much room for optimization because I haven't gotten any feedback yet. That I'm doing a lot of things, but none of that's made me any money yet. And I realize that's going to be it for a long time. There's going to be lots of making videos, lots of making videos, editing videos, writing, and specifically a friend of mine was talking about doing more copywriting, and I was able actually to get an opportunity to do some copywriting for them. And I realized I had gotten an opportunity similar like this before, but I didn't take it very seriously. And I just said from now on, every opportunity I get where I can expand and build on my craft, I'm taking it seriously and really capitalizing on everything that go my way, and seeing that and recognizing, okay, I've been given an opportunity, I'm going to make the very best out of this opportunity I can, and I'm not going to fuck it up, and I'm going to be professional, and I'm going to be an example here. And that's a big grow up moment, and it's insane because as I've been getting older and seeing more and more as I'm just getting more in tune with it, insane to see how much I wasn't before. They always say you don't know what you don't know, and that is so true because as I've been going and seeing more and more, I've just been recognizing whoa, the reason I wasn't successful is because I had this attitude or there's this issue. And I just starting to see more and more how so many of the things that I was doing or how I was were getting in my own way because I'm not doing those things anymore. And they're subtle, but they're becoming more apparent to me as I, sort of shuffle that off and try to more seriously take on this adulting role, and specifically not even just being an adult, but trying to be an example and be accomplished and a role model and, exceptional, right? Because I'm not just trying to, build a brand or a personal brand or do something for a little bit. I'm trying to do something that will go into perpetuity, Oni Onyab, or then build out Peter Clampton, and I'm trying to build that out in perpetuity to really make something of my marketing efforts and my business, and specifically my biggest thing is I just want to make money, right? More than anything, I just want to make money doing something. I want to make money writing. I want to make money writing and creating and teaching, coaching, whatever, but make writing money doing something, because it's once I can get money, right, then anything that I don't want to do or that I suck at, I can outsource to someone who's better, figure out, and I can just give myself that space and that time to keep pushing where the engine's kind of moving forward, but then I can have time to adjust and keep making the greater ideas that I have. But right now, my whole being is so focused on execution and just trying to do things and just move that's been really exhausting, and that's been really tiring. Just making sure I am writing, making sure I am making the videos. Who knows if the videos are doing anything? Who knows if the writing is gonna do anything? So there's a lot of faith and trust in this process. But like I said, I got that promise from God. If I live my process and I promise myself that I'll do it, I'll be taken care of, and then I'll never have to step away from that again. And I've been living within that, and every time I pray and fill it out, I get told, okay, yeah, I'm well within that grace. So I'm just going to keep going. And it's been scary. It really has been. I made this video that I need to edit, and so I either need to edit it depending on, there's a part of me that's wondering whether or not to just go to bed tonight, wake up, go to write, then spend all of Monday editing it, then upload it Monday, and then, I have another video, then, either Wednesday or Thursday, film that, Friday, edited it, and make sure on Monday, and then, just every week, recognizing that I have a YouTube video that needs to go out, I need to make Instagram posts every day, I need to write every day and make sure I'm moving on the Girl and the Beast. And then I obviously need to be optimizing my sleep and finishing that chapter. But it was just, I will say it is really cool being able to boil everything down I had and just recognize, okay, with writing The Girl and the Beast, I just have to focus on this right here, the Operation Thunderhead. Right? And just realize, okay, right now I'm just writing this redraft. And then once I do this redraft for Volume 4 and I do the redraft for Volume 5, then it's like recognizing, okay, you're going to do those redrafts and you're going to do the reread before you put them in the edits. But then after you reread that and you do that, then the idea is just go back and write. Go back, write, and then go back and forth and finish each of these things, right? And so the idea is I'm going to go back, finish Volume 4 on the rewrite on Volume 4, then go through Volume 3, like the beta editor or whatever, go through, redo all those beta edits, and then, it's going to be in the beta stage, and it's going to be sitting there when I clean it up and do that for the beta, and then, rewrite Volume 5, then move Volume 4 over for the beta when my writing partner finishes it, and then just going back and forth and getting that pattern until, you have the whole series done. And then figuring out the next bits of the process you need to build it out. Right now with The Girl and the Beast, it's just about getting those first drafts done, and so I'm just focusing on that. And that's been the thing that I'm trying to do, just focusing on the first part of The Girl and the Beast. And it's rough because I'm recording this journey, obviously. The idea is, help anybody who has any doubts or be able to give some value. And I have a lot of doubts sometimes because I'm wondering, like, no one's going to watch this video because nobody is watching these videos. And there's a part of me that's wondering, man, like, maybe I need another channel where I keep all of these things and then have another channel where specifically I'm adding value. And there's been so many things that I've kind of had, and I'm actually thinking maybe I ought to do that, like make the two different channels, so one I can just upload vlogs to, and then the other one is like the actual channel I'm building for, my writing, my whatever, maybe it's writing, or maybe I'll call it Operation Thunderhead, or I don't know. I don't know what I'll call it. There's a part of me that wants to keep doing these vlog videos, and this will just be a channel filled with basically all of the stuff. So I'm thinking this channel will probably just be everything on Operation Thunderhead, and I'll upload progress reports on here, just so, like, if anybody wants to more closely monitor my journey, and they find some interest in it, they have this channel decide to refer back to as I kind of talk through and see myself through this process, maybe pick my brain. I have no idea if anyone would or want to do that, but I think it's important to sort of have that repository of record to keep there. And then, maybe once a week, I'll go through, clean that up, make an actual progress video, and then put that on the other channel, as well as, an actual an actual value-filled video, which would be good. I don't know, because this is just filled with a bunch of random vlogs, and they're not going to have very good read-throughs, but I think just the idea of uploading and being consistent with it is really key for me, because consistency this year is the key. I think commitment and being committed to things was important, and just recognizing where that commitment lay was really important for me. Anyway, I've been talking for almost 20 minutes, and I've just been rambling. So, yeah, I still have no idea how to make an effective YouTube channel, or make an effective Instagram, or if my writing's any good, or how to sleep properly. But I'm doing it. And I think that's the success. is after January. In December, I wasn't doing it. In January, I did it. 70% of the days, right? And I wrote almost every day in January. I think I had like I had like maybe 4 or 5 days I didn't write. So just on that regard, just the writing aspect, it was a humongous improvement. So just keeping that perspective. Whereas before, that was just, I was like, man, if I can just write every day, that would be a success. And I'm so focused on the fact that, I'm trying to figure out how to make this YouTube channel work, get this business, and all these other things. Writing every day, doing my Duolingo, reading my scriptures, those things that were really hard. Now I'm just blasting through them because they're the easy things that I do. Um, and just letting those easy things keep piling up and, stacking up, and just trusting that over time, it'll amount to something. I have no idea how this journey is going to work out. And, there's a big trust there, and just recognizing, if I continue to live my purpose, I'll eventually, I'll never have to deviate. So I'm just trusting that as things are right now, I'm going to have to be able to do it and keep doing it, and I'm going to get better at it. Because this is the life I want to live. And obviously, I'd like to be, dating more people, or not more people, but a person, um, and be getting out more. And just generally, I think, just having more fun with another person. I realize that's one thing I really miss about my girlfriend, but I don't think I'd be able to do all this if I was living with someone. I realize I'm in a space where I just really need that isolation. Obviously, I want friends and people I can be with, and people who are going to take that effort to connect with me. But at the same time, that isolation, this time to just sort of working on my thing, I really needed it. And that's okay, And writing, and there's a lot of stuff. So, yeah, I mean, this goal this month for February, we're going to be moving forward. I think it's just really getting the sleeping on target. If we can finish and really get sleeping together, I think the rest of the schedule is going to come together. And then, those 60s, 70s, and 80s we might even get our first 90% week. And we're just going to start having some really, really strong weeks. I also started giving myself a break every 3 days. So what I'll do is I'll have a break day, and I'll work every 3 days. And then if I have a Sabbath day, so it's either a Saturday or a Sunday, I'm pretty lazy or whatever on those days anyway, but usually I'll just stagger them and have one of those days don't count. So I'm only really counting 5 days of work with 2 days off broken up in between, right? So one day off, one day. But I can still do a little bit here and there on those days. They're just bonus days, right? But specifically on my Sabbath day, I try not to do anything. But on my break day, I can do whatever, right? But the biggest thing is always focus on sleep. And like with sleep, I think that's really critical. So that's the one I'm really going to be focusing on my bake days, my Sabbath days, whenever. Like, get to sleep on time, get up on time, and get that structured, and don't stay up late. Don't stay up late. Like, I guess I don't need to. I don't need to stay up late. And so yeah, just really working on that. And so that's something that's the next goal. And then, I think a successful February, and maybe that's how I want to finish this off. I think what a successful February would look like. Volume 4 and Volume 5 are done. And I'm starting on Volume 6, right? Like, that's a successful February is I've started on Volume 6, and I maybe on Part 1, Part 2 of Volume 6. I should write this down. Right? Successful. I'll put this in my journal. So I have Volume 6, Volume 4, and Volume 5 are done. And then, I have Volume 6 started. I think another successful February would be sleep mastered. So like I'm getting to sleep on time, waking up on time, not napping during the day. So, I'm staying up like about the 19 hours, and I'm able to just kind of plow through the day, that full 19 hours, and then, hit the bed, boom, out tired. But then, I'm not messing around the other 19 hours, the 19, 18 hours I'm up. Like if I sleep 6 hours, 18 hours I'm going. And, I'm getting that work done. And then I think, I've uploaded, four pretty decent videos that are in increasing quality. So four decent YouTube videos. So like really proper YouTube videos where there's a topic and they're addressing the crowd and like it's really good and decent. So having four of those. So four uploaded YouTube videos. And then maybe like on Instagram. So it's tough because like a part of me is just trying to like the point of Instagram I'm just trying to do is build an audience, but I have no idea what it is I'm even doing there, right? And so I have that habit and I'm keeping the record, but I think that's the toughest thing is I don't really understand. So I think um you know, I'll have I'll have written probably 6 chapters of Sound of the Soul. We'll have written 6 chapters of Sound of the Soul, and then um, brand story. Then I think, God, I mean, then I think my big thing this month, I think for business, really is going to be having like maybe 3 coaching clients. I mean, it's a little scary saying that, right? Because a part of me is like, man, like I don't even know if that works. Um, for just beta, and then you know, frick. Then wellness, sleep's mastered, and then started ATG. And start my own writing coach. Have a therapist. Either way, you don't have to watch this. If anyone's watching this, you don't have to watch this. I'm just recording this. Um, but then it's just like me kind of going through my process of going through my goals. Like, just be like, what would be a successful February? Like, what would I look back and be like, okay, that February was a good February, you know? Um, so I'm clear on what it would look like for the Girl and the Beast. For my business, yeah, I mean, 3 beta coaching clients. And then for my YouTube channel, God, you know what? I would love to just have like 50 subscribers. Like, if I could have 50 subscribers, I know that sounds really silly, but if I could just have like 50 subscribers on my YouTube channel, I think I'd be pretty wallin'. I'd be pretty happy with that. So 50 subscribers on my YouTube channel. Then my Instagram, I don't know if the vanity metrics are so important, but right now, you know, I'll do like 150 followers. Yeah, I'll do 150 followers on Instagram, 50 subscribers on YouTube, and 3 beta coaching clients, just 3 people who are like, yeah, we'll work with you and you can work with that. And then, I've started with doing the ATG workouts in between my basic set workouts. Start with my writing coach, start with my therapist, and then I have a nutrition slash body coach I'm going to be working with soon. His name's Omar Nasri. Really cool guy. Live Own Fit on Instagram. Basically, I'll have started with him. So I'll have all my coaches in place. So I want a writing coach, a body coach slash mindset coach, and a therapist, just, to kind of help me. And I think talking to those people will just kind of help me be focused on getting that. And then, 3 beta clients, and then I think I want to go through and like listen to all of Boss Graham. And then obviously like I'm going to be applying it, but I think I want to listen to all of Boss Graham and then do the brand story. So yeah, and that's what it, and then yeah, and then obviously get paid for the brand story. Because I'm writing a makeup brand story, and I'll share that on my stuff. And I think that's what a successful February would look like. That's what a successful February would look like. Like if I could do that, that's successful. I'm gonna write that down in just a more clear way, so that it's there in front of me. And then just like a successful February, and just the idea is, now that I know what a successful month looked like, then just work backwards. So that's really cool, and I'm excited for that. So yeah, this is the end of this video, and I guess if anybody actually watched this till the end, that's Oni Baba. Or Zero. Oni Baba Zero. That's Bob the Tree, and that's Don Wild the Turtle, and they'll be joining in my show. I have no idea how that show is going to work or function yet, but I'm just going to try and have fun with it. So yeah, life's good, and let's get it.